It has been common knowledge that the meatpacking plant industry in Omaha not only passively employs undocumented workers, but we had evidence for at least 30 years that they would take vans down to the US Mexico border to Ciudad Juarez and bring back vans full of undocumented workers, give them fake papers, put them in 15 to 20 people to a one bedroom apartment and employ them in the meatpacking plant industry, a famously dangerous industry. These factories were operating at 2 or 3 times the legal speed, meaning if they were rated to be able to kill like 500 cows a day, they were often killing 1,000 to 1,500 cows a day. Very dangerous work. If any of these undocumented workers got hurt, good for the company. Instead of giving them expensive American medical care, they could just deport them. Just call them immigration and have them deported. Same if they ever had the nerve to organize for, like, oh, I don't know, regular bathroom breaks or stand up against the often abusive treatment from management, sexual harassment, make a comment about the rats that were regularly getting blended into the meat, the freon that was getting dumped into the water supply. I mean, the conditions were horrible. And this is recent times. And the response from the management was to just call the migra, have them deported, and get a new wave of immigrants in.
If you're in Omaha, Nebraska or Fremont, I've been following up on the news, and it sounds like these are all rumors that ICE raids are set to happen today all over the meatpacking facilities in Fremont. And there are so many. I bet they won't touch Governor Pillins, though. And then in Omaha at Lala Foods. It sounds like Omaha Steaks as well, and they may have tried to raid it yesterday and they didn't have a warrant, so Omaha Steaks didn't let them in, so good on them for that. But just know, the raids are set to occur throughout the week. That's what I'm hearing.
Valley Foods, a meat production in Omaha, Nebraska, 80 to 85 people were abducted. Listen to me now. Yesterday was the largest workforce enforcement of ICE in Omaha, Nebraska to happen under the Trump administration. And the factory's president or CEO said that the raid was he was blindsided. Listen again. The CEO of the company, of the factory, said they used all of the right steps to hire people. Oh, hold on. They followed all of the rules to determine people's immigration status, including the federal E-Verify system.
Graben, saque su teléfono. No, sí, estamos grabando ya. Transmiten en vivo. Hagan en vivo, Facebook, vayan a Facebook, háganlo en vivo. Ya estamos aquí.
ICE agents, they are coming for meat packing factories in Nebraska now. As you can see, a lot of meat packing factories and meat production factories, they are being targeted by ICE, as they say, and they believe that a lot of illegal immigrants are illegally working in these meat packing factories. Now, this poses many questions because it poses the question as why would a place of business hire somebody who is supposedly illegal in that country, and why would a governing body allow that to happen for so long? Now, there's a lot of reasons perhaps why this could happen. Number one is very, very cheap labor. It's not just America where this happens. All around the world, illegals or undocumented people will often be used in certain jobs because if it's a dangerous job, you can pay them low wages, they can't complain. B, if something bad happens, you can get rid of them and nobody knows or anything like that, and there's no bad press or anything like that, or anybody coming out in the media or anything like that. Another one would be that you could push them to the absolute limit, things like this. So that's kind of why you could be seeing illegal or undocumented people working in such jobs. But then it comes down to, does the government know about this? I mean, because you cannot really have so many people who you say are undocumented working in certain positions, and yet you're saying as a government you didn't know that. But it seems President Donald Trump is targeting such peoples. Now, a lot of people are also complaining, saying that a lot of the reasons these people are even in the country is because these big businesses or these businesses brought them into the country to work these jobs that perhaps the American citizen A didn't want to work, B complained too much and wanted more money, or C, unionship, this, that, the other, they would not be able to be put in a position where they are worked or overworked sort of thing. So a lot of the complaint is, well, you're bringing in a lot of these, or your companies are bringing in a lot of these undocumented people to work the jobs that the American citizen does not want to work themselves. But Donald Trump, nonetheless, is saying he wants rid of any undocumented people, any illegal people, or anything like this. So it's going to be, it's also going to actually show how many companies are using cheap labor, because you might see a massive massive exodus of people leaving such jobs, this, that, the other, and a massive job rush as companies start to, out of the blue, start to tell you, hey, we need an extra 200 guys, we need an extra 1,000 guys to fill out this, that, and the other. So even if people are caught or not caught for having undocumented workers, how they operate in the next few months will tell you if they did or did not. Because if they all of a sudden start to lose hundreds or thousands of their workforce just out of the blue without reason, then you kind of know that these were part of that. So there's a lot of people talking, do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? I believe there is a lot of people caught in the middle. I think there's a lot of people who sought out a better life, looked for a better life, just wanted to. I mean, America has always put out this thing to the rest of the world, the American dream. You can come over here to America with $1 in your pocket and you can become a millionaire. That's kind of how America projects itself to us and the rest of the world, that the American dream, you can do whatever you want. So there is so many people that go to America built on the belief of the American dream. And I believe there is so many people caught in the middle of going over to America, just trying to earn money, being put into this job. Maybe the people in this job say, hey, you can just work here, it's cash in hand. We won't tell anybody because, it's a 50-50. This person gets paid and this work, this job, this company gets practically free labor. They practically get no worries about, being their company being talked bad about or anything like that. They don't have to worry about any sort of union happening. They don't have to worry about nobody showing up for work, strikes or anything like that. So it kind of works out for both. But I feel a lot of people, unfortunately, who just want to make a better life for maybe their family, has been caught in the middle of this. And also American citizens themselves, unfortunately, have been caught in the middle of this. And I believe you can blame also the government's handling of this, because 10, 20, 30 years ago, they could have really started to implement policies that could have cut down on this sort of situation happening, and either made it better or easier for people to come over from other countries into the US to work there legally, to be there legally. It would have benefited them, it would have benefited the economy, it would have benefited the American government. Because if you look at how much money is now being spent on trying to track people down, on trying to, put raids out there, to deploy multiple people, thousands of people, perhaps deploying the Marines and things like that, all of that needs paying. So if this carries on, it's going to cost them a lot and lot of money. So if they did policies 20, 30 years ago, it would have been a lot cheaper, a lot more cost effective, and it would have helped the people a lot more. But anything that really benefits the people a lot more, I don't think the government really cares about doing that so much. But I feel these raids will continue on certain businesses. I feel like each time a presidency has like their vision, like one big thing they want to do and one big thing they want to commit to. And I feel that the immigration policy is a thing that President Donald Trump has kind of shown himself to be committed to and to what he wants to do. So whether it's right or wrong, that's up to personal opinion, whatever you think. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.